Hello, this is Vulturefire, and today our goal is to get infinite turns on Drofis before that gets nerfed. So the first thing you'll notice is that the only two cards that I've added already are Frenzied Rage and Pact of Blood. I'm not going to run Lust for Blood because the most turns you can get from Lust for Blood if you're trying to not let enemies take any turns is 3. Because after you've killed 3 enemies, if you use Lust for Blood to get Frenzy, and it would give you Frenzy again, instead the fight ends because all the enemies are dead. There are enemies that can summon infinitely, but they have to take a turn to do so. You know, Watcher of the Swarm cannot summon more enemies while it is your turn. The only way that more enemies show up on your turn is via Rebirth or the Ruby Dragon's trigger. And in both of those cases, you can't go infinite off of it because it only happens once during the fight. So I'm going to leave out Lust for Blood because it doesn't work towards our overall goal of going truly infinite. So the problem you'll notice though is both of these cards are gold. We have no way to put any frenzy cards in our starting deck. So the question is, how do we make this work? What cards do we include in our starting deck if we cannot, if we want to go infinite, but we don't have the ability to run our key pieces in our starting deck? Well, the good news is that because this is Drofis, we can just win fairly quickly. We're going to run like 1 Reclamation. I don't think I want 2. We're going to run Absolutely Sanguine Melody because we want to get to Pact of Blood, which is not cheap. We want Ritual of Blood because that is just going to be one of the ways that we get damage out. We want a Keen Contemplation because it will help us draw into our stuff later. We want at least 1 Mend because we're going to need the health. And we're going to run, I think, 1 Runic Study. So we have a good amount of mana, a good amount of draw, and we have enough damage to get us through the early fights using the Blood Bursts. That's the plan anyway. So as far as the pool goes, increasing mana, obviously pretty good if you're planning to take infinite turns. Empower doesn't actually help us because you cannot empower Frenzy. We may take it anyway for other value, but it's not directly helpful to us. Mana Surge is pretty useful usually. Heroic Recovery is actually probably going to be relevant once we have Frenzied Rage going. I'm normally not a huge fan of the card, but in this particular instance, we are doing nonsense that wants it. Vampiric Strike is a very good way to heal back. We may also take Vampiric Needle, but it is less dramatically effective. Trying to think what other cards we could have that would help. So, Poison is actually an interesting sub-theme because you can build up a lot of poison when the enemies don't get a turn. But I don't think I like it quite enough, and I think that I'm not interested in going down that route right now. I don't hate just having a magic cannon. That seems fine. Like, it's not really what we want at all, but whatever. And I think we just take... Actually, we'll take that, and we do not need the magic cannon. And so the reason is Ancestral Memory helps us dig towards the cards that we care about the most. And Ancestral Eruption is just mana, which is good. It's possible we should also take the Dispel Magic, but I'm kind of all in on this Frenzy strategy, I think. So, as for the rest, Cultivate is good. The growth absolutely will pay off when we are taking infinite turns. Mana Ritual is great on Drofis. Blood Predator's Focus is great. Violating Surge is great. Runic Focus is great. Secret Cache is great. Mind Seed is great. These are all great cards for Drofis. Power Surge is fairly low value, but it removes itself from the deck, which helps us a lot when we are trying to loop our infinite turn cards as much as possible. Cleansing Shield is okay. If we're not going to have Dispel Magic, we do want Cleansing Shield, I think. Regrowth is solid. Sharpened Senses, I think we don't want. Surprise Attack, I think we don't want. Brainstorm, we do. Stone Skin seems okay. It'll help us get rolling until we find our pieces. These are just card draw. Trying to think what else we would want that would help us. We may want regen. We are probably going to want healing. of some variety. Channel Blast is actually kind of a funny option because if we're taking infinite turns, you can see where Channel Blast would kind of work. But I'm not sold completely on it. Overthink I like. Warcry is probably fine. Blazing Ritual is absolutely on the list. Let me find it. We don't actually want Precarious Draw because it stacks way more awkwardly than Blazing Ritual does, I think. Exsanguinate is expensive, but it has the benefit of being a full heal, so that's kind of tempting. I think we might take more life taps. We probably would. Let me think. What other healing options do we have? I don't think I would take another Mend. That's not very good at actually healing. Regen seems fine, I guess. Just because like I like it better than just actually taking a Mend, I think. And Essence Harvest is fine, I guess. It's not amazing, but it's fine. And we just need to find like one more card that we would want to take. And obviously, so Reforge is actually kind of tempting, but I'm really lazy at using it, so I'm probably not going to take it. Just use, well, no. So Calculated Deception. So the choice here would be between Calculated Deception and see if we can search for Transform 1. Yes. So Calculated Deception is going to be the more directly useful because it gives us purity, and the thing it makes draws us cards. But Reforge has the benefit of removing itself. Because the problem with Calculated Deception, because if we're trying to get rid of, trying to cut down the number of cards in our deck, Reforge does that and Calculated Deception does not. But Reforge is also a whole lot, it is also 1 mana more expensive, which is kind of awkward, and it does not help close out games. But we probably don't need to close out games if we're going to be winning. So we'll throw in a Reforge. So this is where we're at to start with. We have to choose a card back. Sure. Well, let's go with this one, because I don't think I've used that one on any of my other decks. So here is our market. We have more max mana. We have a reroll, which we'll probably use on the first fight if we don't get any of our frenzy cards immediately. We probably will abandon and reset the run if we don't find any frenzy within the first by the end of area 1. So I kind of want to go here because Mystic Renewal is another frenzy option. However, it's a whole lot worse than our other frenzy options, and we don't get any elites if we go that route. And so I think I would rather go this route and get 2 elites. Especially because the elite has a 30% chance of giving us another reroll token. It's pretty valuable. Alright, there are Rituals of Blood. And we can heal. Pick you off. Just go ahead and do that. We'll get the kill this turn. So yeah, the early game is just straight up Drofis. Like, technically, we're aiming for something different eventually, but right now we are just playing Drofis basically. Take a Mind Seed, that's fine. I think we probably upgrade one of these two. Because I just really like having really good card draw. But Gambler's Focus Plus is also very good for just getting a lot of mana. So it's kind of a tough choice. I think we just go with the Gambler's Focus right now. It's also very tempting to get the Sanguine Focus Plus, which we will need if we find a Pact of Blood. Or should I say Sanguine Melody Plus is going to be needed for a Pact of Blood, because Pact of Blood is not cheap when it comes to health consumption. So let's go bonk, bonk. Actually, okay with doing this. I can finish you off, which makes things a little bit easier. Let's see. See what this gets us. Alright. See what we draw. We We can mend for full value, which is nice. We take a bit of damage, but then we heal. We can life tap to deal exactly 1 damage so that we can heal the fall, and we get the jump. Alright, moving on. Mana Dance. If we ever fail to go infinite, Mana Dance is very good. I think we take the Cultivate instead, because it's a little bit of heal, and it is mana per turn, both of which are pretty valuable to us, I think. The cut here is tricky. I don't really want to get rid of anything I have yet, because we basically just have all mana and card draw and heal, which is just kind of what we want. And like we have the little bit of damage, but I think we need the damage to get to the mid boss, so I can't really give it up. And here we go. Mid boss fight. You're now doomed. Let's see, find. Oh, wrong button. I think I want to reclamate that actually. This is safe to use because I have that purity. So I want to use this both before and after I runic study, because I want to use it before so I can do this. But I also want to kind of use it after so that I can get maximum value. Do this. Draw more cards. So when one day asked, like, why aren't you guys doing infinite turns Drofis? This is kind of why. Like, that was 1 turn. That was like turn 2, and I didn't win, but it's not like I'm in bad shape, you know? It's not like I feel that if I do not... Oh, I exploded, which is actually good, because it gets me another thing. I can heal back to full. Take a little bit of damage here, but it's fine. Normally I would have like a heavy stand or another way to get, or like a soul shield to get tough, but because of this specific deck being what it is, I don't. But all right, I like having. I should have done that first, but I think I do want to reclamate that for next turn. I can heal. And we get lethal. Alright. Come on. Come on. There we go. Frenzied Rage. Sure. Growth at the end of a turn seems good, because we are actually going to be ending turns. Now cutting things makes a bit more sense. I think I want to start by cutting the Ritual of Blood, because it is a skill that Keen Contemplation can draw that doesn't help us get... doesn't help us take extra turns. Alright. Do that. So I can Frenzied Rage. And I can put the Frenzied Rage on top of the deck so that I'm guaranteed to take another turn after this one. Go ahead and do that. So yeah, this can be one of the awkward things with this deck, which is that I can Frenzy, but then without enough card draw, I end up unable to actually use the extra turns effectively, which can be a problem. So I both want to get damage in and get rid of this exhaustion. I'm just going to get damage in. She's going to burn up Purity, that's fine. But yeah, you can now see at this point we do have a slight problem. And thus the party ends. We are not able to go infinite, and we have to end our turn. For real. So I'm just going to work on finishing out this fight, because the the frost part of it is very annoying, and I just want the fight to be over. So the fun thing is, when I play that, there's a chance that it kills me, or that it freezes me, which is awkward. Alright, I did not freeze. But, okay, and I get 2 hits before I do freeze, which is convenient. There we go. Alright, I think Revitalizing Surge is good. I don't quite want to cut the other Ritual of Blood. I think we may cut the Focus at this point, because hitting exact 0 doesn't always happen. Doesn't happen a ton. Although the Mind Seed is less valuable at this point because we do have the Burgeon Ring. I think we cut the Mind Seed. All right. Let's see. This hand has a Depressing Lack of... There we go. That helps. Has a Depressing Lack of... There we go. That helps. This has been very coherent. Okay. So I do want to Keen Contemplate because that guarantees me that. Which means... I've done that on... It's fine. Okay. So we get another turn after this one. But we are going to draw a bunch of whatchamacallits? Of exhaustions. So it's a little awkward. Fortunately, we're not stockpiling even more exhaustions just yet. And we get 4 mana this turn because we have enough growth. Alright. Go ahead and do that. And yeah, here's one of those situations where it's like, we just win. Regrowth. Because we can regrowth our extra turns. And bonk. I think we regrowth the extra draw, so that we can try and get. There we go. Unfortunately, I do not believe we have enough mana. Yeah, if we play that, we will not be able to do that other thing that we want to do next turn. So I think we... I think I'm just deciding if I want to save all my mana or if I want to go ahead and finish off this front one. I do want to go ahead and finish off the front one if I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to go true infinite. So if I'm not going to go infinite, then... it is my turn, though. As well it should be. Alright, I can get that back for next turn. I am going to explode very slightly. But it's fine. But yeah, you can kind of see, like, with only one extra turn card, it is fairly difficult to actually go infinite. But... that is not the card that I meant to get back. I apparently played that before I could get the life tap back. Sequencing on those can still be a little bit awkward. This is guaranteed to draw me mana, I think. Yes. Alright. So I could take an extra turn. Can I kill? Not quite. Let's take an extra turn. It's possible that I should have run the... I'm going to take some damage here. Boop. I can go. Oh, this has been nerfed to... This has been nerfed to non-mana, but it doesn't actually say it yet. That's the problem. so we can't regrowth back mana anymore, which is occasionally a problem. More purity is good, but that one that one draws us cards potentially. Let me take the Void Hood. Okay. This fortunately is a pretty easy fight for Drofis usually. Cards. We want to get the the Reclamation out before we Frenzied Rage. So we can do that. I think we do that. Bonk bonk. Now it's our turn again. Now it's still our turn. Yeah, but you get these turns where it's like, what did I actually do that turn? I played an exhaustion to make up for the extra turn. So I didn't really didn't get ahead that turn, which is less great. Let's see what we get. All right. Which means regrowth should red hint if we are not able to get back any cards with it at the present moment, which we can't. I don't really want to do that. I do want to play regrowth so I can Reclamation it. So we take a little bit of damage, like actual health damage here to do that, but hoo boy was it worth it. There is mana left in the deck. Let's go for it. Nope. That kind of helped a little bit. Definitely, again, like regretting the inability to regrowth mana here. Just ponk. Okay, so we can treasure. And then we can heal and draw and Frenzied Rage to take another turn. Fortunately, we do get another turn. So even though you're spending the majority of our extra turns on maintenance for our extra turns, we are ultimately more or less coming out ahead. All right, Pact of Blood. So Pact of Blood means that we need healing, a lot of healing. And it also kind of means that Ritual of Blood becomes more of a liability, because we just can't afford to be spending health on it, I think. Because we're going to need a pretty good amount of healing just to sustain that. So I think we're going to try and hit a Devour Ice, and maybe also a Defiant Howl. Because I kind of think I like either of them more than I like Mend. I would take a Mystic Ritual, or I would probably take the whatchamacallit, the burn card. The burn mana card. Alright. Let's just end turn. Alright. Let's see what else is in the deck. Regrowth and Cultivate. I think I do want to draw both of those. Alright. And we will, I think, just do that. Right, so we've got 2 turns saved up. Okay, so Pact of Blood we have to pay for with life, which does add up very quickly. So this does kill the front enemy, but I don't think we want to. I think we would much rather, because we still have an extra turn saved up, yeah. I think we would rather do that. And yeah, I think we'd rather just take the turn. Yep, we need the extra turn that way. Unfortunately, we do not have a spell. So, but I am at a much better life total here than I would have been if I had Pact of Blooded, which is the downside to Pact of Blood. Which is also kind of like why life tap is kind of sketchy, but I think I do want it. I think that is definitely the one we want. Aura of Protection is substantially weaker when you can't leverage. When you are spending a bunch of mana at the end of every turn, and then you're just immediately taking your own turn again. Alright, let's hurt ourselves. I do actually want to get that back for next turn, I think. Oh, right, we didn't actually find any. I was thinking, like, shouldn't it be our turn? But we didn't actually find any frenzy, which is awkward. Of course, the other thing is, like, we need the life taps to fuel the runic study, kind of. And we explode. Is there another way to fuel the runic study? I think I would rather. Which one would I rather regrowth? That's the question. I think it's gotta be this one. As awkward as it is. So this guarantees that we draw two exhaustions this turn, but I think I have to mend. I think I do want to get mana, because I think it is very important that I play out at least one of them to avoid getting just utterly buried. Draw some cards. Alright, it is our turn again. And the Drofis passive that's doing the damage is just being incredibly helpful. We just do that, which is not amazing because it means that we are now even deeper into exhaustion debt, which can be a problem. We can regrowth that, which is actually okay for us. It's on top. Regrowth now. Duh. I don't like it, I think. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I need to play that. I think I'm doing this and then reclaiming it. So yeah, we are not quite infinite, but we are certainly taking a lot of turns. But I think we are almost to the point where it becomes unsustainable just in terms of how much, like, we are now, yeah, I was gonna say we are now at the point where we are at risk of getting of being unable to compensate sufficiently for the exhaustions. Yeah, the exhaustions are a problem which means that Energize may actually be a thing that this deck wants, which is, I normally don't like Energize, but in this particular deck, it may actually be worthwhile. Because this is one of the few decks where you are generating enough exhaustions, and you are actually having to draw through them, that you want to do that. I think a Mind Seed may be the play. Regeneration isn't bad. It's kind of a, yeah, I'll take a regen, I guess. Alright. Draw off of that. Okay. Let's see what we get off of that. Yeah. We're going to Pact of Blood. Oh boy, we're going to have a painful turn. And then, let's see what we draw here. Sure, why not? I think we do need to reclamate that. All things considered. Bye. Alright. But yeah, so that was like turn one. We killed both those front ones. On actual turn one. Like not cheating turn one. Actual turn one. So at that point you really do have to ask, why would I bother with doing all these extra turns? Because I end up with all these I have to spend like all these cards on doing this thing that's just not any better than what I was already doing. Which leads to the question, do I want that back? I guess I have to. I do now need way more health. I can afford to lose some, I guess. Guess I'll put that back even though I'm not sure that I want it this turn. That helps. But yeah, yeah, I kind of need another turn. I don't think I want to Pact of Blood. Okay. Exhaustion. Play that. Heal. So now we're good to play Pact of Blood again. What's the Reclamation going to get us? Sure. What's on top of the deck? Okay, so. Although now we do take damage. Like, this is the other thing, like, I didn't take the Mana Dance, and I maybe should have. That was probably hubris not taking it. But, yeah, I mostly stop the loop when I would rather just dodge the damage. So having second Secret Cache is really tempting. Having the Power Surge seems fine, but I think we'd rather just have a Secret Cache. I would kind of like a Reforge at this point, but so the problem with the Reforge is like it costs more to get out a exhaustion with Reforge than it does with just playing the exhaustion, which I guess is a reason not to use the Reforge, which I should have been thinking about. Sanguine Melody, I don't know if I need it with the 2 mins, but I don't know that I don't need it. I think I'm going to cut it. It can be a little bit awkward to trigger sometimes. But yeah, definitely the other thing you'll kind of notice with this deck is that I can have trouble with actually ending fights, which is, you know, kind of where it's funny that I do actually get to get value in towards finishing my sentence. It's towards kills with the Pact of Blood. Oh, I can actually regrowth back that, because I was thinking like I don't want to play 2 Pacts of Blood, but there we go. Let's see what's in the deck. All right. And I could play that. I could play that. I think I play that. Now it's my turn again. And we have mana. And, I'm going to do this into this. Into healing. And then I guess I'm taking an extra turn like this. Alright. Secret cache. And then the question is, do I regrowth back the Frenzied Rage, or do I just... I've got 3 Frenzy. I think I just deal damage. Yep. Actually drawing a card. I think that may be the first time I've actually drawn treasure off of Secret Cache, which is kind of funny. Alright, so I cleared out a bunch of exhaustions on that turn. I'm going to make more exhaustions on this turn. The Burgeon Ring absolutely helping a lot here with giving me all this extra mana from all my extra turns. Yep, regrowth. So we're going to Frenzied Rage. Reclamation of the Frenzied Rage. We can do it next turn. Heal. Now up to 5 mana per turn, which is still not quite enough to sustain a an infinite Frenzied Rage, but it's closer. We can use this turn as our... Sure, well, why not? We'll just do both, even though it's not really great. Because this turn is very bad. Can we get to 0? No. It's unfortunate. I think I have to play out to exhaustion. I don't think I can afford to go deeper into exhaustion debt for all that I want to. We are down to 1 extra turn. We can't afford to take, and now we are at our recoverable cap limit. Things are better. Okay. So we now have, we need to find one of our turn cards. We did. Which means it's good news. It is our turn next turn. I think we just work on getting out of this madness. Yeah. So I was thinking like I want to shuffle, but I also really want all this mana before I do. Alright, found a Pact of Blood, and we have that. And there we go. So that was one turn. That was a 1-turn kill, basically. Or I mean, it was a infinite turns, no enemy turn kill. So yeah, we aren't deterministically infinite, but I think that was a pretty good demonstration of kind of where this deck is at. In terms of just doing some nonsense. I do need more card draw. I think that's the big thing. I'm still very tempted to cut this focus. I think it's still just kind of the most awkward card here. I think I do. Even though it does generate more than 2 mana, which is very good. One of the big things is like we didn't roll, or we did, but it's over here, and I wanted this healing. I should have focused on this. I think this shocking focus would do more for us. I think I do cut the focus. It's a little bit awkward. One of the things, like, I've gotten a lot of mana, but most of the mana I've gotten is only like +1 mana. I do really want this Corn Focus, I think. Just because it's just another mana card that gives me more than 2 mana. Let's see this gets me. Okay. So that means we can Rage, Regrowth, mana, and then, let's see if that gets us. Pact of Blood, Frenzied Rage, draw some cards. Draw more cards. Hey, we found some mana. Get rid of that. Heal back some. And just deal some damage. Alright. So we got 2 turns saved up. After this one. Alright. Starting to do a little bit better on that. The reason I didn't do any more damage to this one is because if we play Pact of Blood again, this one dies. Now he's now dead to Pact of Blood. Do we heal? Yes, because I'm expecting to draw Pact of Blood next turn. I did not. I would never be so lucky. Oh, nope. There was a chance. Alright, but next turn I am literally guaranteed to draw Pact of Blood, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's still in the deck. It is. It was literally the bottom card of the deck, but it was in the deck. This is a heck of a hand to get with Pact of Blood. Let's see if we can find any healing. Alright, see if we can find any healing. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, I think I will take the Cornered Focus. Because it is more than 2 mana. Which is good, because we're playing some pretty expensive cards. Take a draw. That doesn't really help us. And now if you're going to play it for 3 health, it's just not worth it. Oh, I should see what I get, because if I can get to 0, then I want to. For this. Can I? Nope. That's awkward. I was digging real hard, but yeah. Yep. This one's particularly awkward just because of how it shakes out. We're going to take a lot of damage here. Definitely need more card draw. Because I do not like relying on the Runic Focus. Upgrading the Keen Focus, not Keen Focus, the Keen Contemplation makes a lot of sense. And it would just doing that would go a long way towards helping. I should have brought back the heal because I'm going to need it. Because I don't really want to play this while this low on health. But it looks like I do not have a choice. So, back to Blood. Do I regrowth and do it again? That sounds like a really bad idea. Sure, why not? It's fine. We can afford to eat the damage. Like, that's not the problem. It's just... Alright. Let's see what we get. Alright. Extra turn. At least a little bit of healing. More damage towards ending this fight. But yeah, we have now hit a point where our mana problems are mostly solved. It is largely just the damage problems. Or sorry, is largely the card draw problems. So this is back Harvest for a lot of mana, which I'll spend a lot of mana on Harvest, but you know, I will if I have to. We can use this. This heals for the full amount. We could play this. We can also just get the kill. So we're just going to get the kill. No reason to put ourselves down that much health the turn before we would win anyway. Blazing Ritual is a lot of mana. Do I want the Reforge even? Because like I was talking about this, I don't know if I even want the Reforge. I take the Blazing Ritual, I think, with the plan to cut it. Oh, this is actually very good. Because that evasion at the end of turn is actually going to be kind of hilarious. I'm going to go here. Let's see what we draw. We can reroll that. 4 value. I see. That was, again, pretty bad luck. We do just really need to upgrade that, whatchamacallit? You know, the cards with the text. Okay, we get to evade one of these hits. And we eat 20 damage. Which is unfortunate. A little bit. So I want to see if we can find like a reclamation or something. Yeah. And that's what I want to reclamate because I do not have the health to spare. Although I'm probably going to do it again because I'm not a coward. Whoop. But yeah, every time we end our turn, we get another stack of evasion, which is funny. Gonna get procs to kill this front one now with stuff. What's on top is the Frenzied Rage. We can play this, but I don't know that we want to. It takes away our other purity. Do we care? That's actually the real question. Is do we care? No. I'd rather just have all that extra mana. Okay. Draw. So we could get back the King Contemplation, but we can't play it. But we can now. There we go. Alright, took us a bit, but we did find this Frenzied Raid eventually. Alright, yeah, I'll have some mana to work with. We just get rid of that exhaustion. And it's our turn again. And it's our turn again. And we've got 5 stacks of evasion because it is our turn. Yeah. Yeah, I think with a little more card draw, we are golden. Oh, did I mention that it's our turn again? I don't know if I remember to mention, but it is. Okay, this doesn't quite kill, which actually is relevant, because it means that we can heal all the way up to full before we get this kill. Alright, Devour Ice is healing, but I think we just want the Demonic Greed. And the Demonic Greed Plus is an incredible upgrade, so that's probably what we take. We'll be vulnerable for the rest of forever, but worth it. So at this point, I think our only risk is that we accidentally freeze ourselves with the Gambler's Focus. I think that's the only way that we die, that we really suffer. Alright, so we can draw. Oh right, that still shuffles our deck. I always forget that Secret Cache shuffles the deck. It's fine, we did draw an extra turn card, just not the one we were expecting. Please. Draw some extra cards. Right, that is all the exhaustions cleared out, which is nice. Just saves us some trouble later. And we will just end our turn and then start our turn. Pretty bad turn, but I mean, not the worst. Boop. Alright. Using up 12. Good redraw. Exhaustion, of course. So the question is, whose turn is it next? Oh, that's right! It's my turn. Ooh, but I didn't play any frenzy cards this turn, so I wonder whose turn it is now. Oh, okay. Got it. So the turn order is us, 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 and then it's our turn again. Okay, got it. I can work with that. We are very slow at getting damage in though. But you know, I think we can work with that. I do kind of want to get that back, because I do probably want to play that again this turn. Just kidding, we may not actually care. If I can find more healing, because yeah, I didn't want to play that without getting more healing out. Now that I've got it, yeah, getting these boss fight kills does take forever. But card on top of the secret cache. I don't really care. And let's do some damage. Alright, we only have 2 extra turns stockpiled. Yeah, I'm meant to be keeping you guys appraised of like what the turn order was. And I realize I've been falling down the last couple turns, but I'm pretty sure right now that it is my turn, and now it is my turn. Which I wasn't sure about, but it turns out that's how that works. I'm not sure who gets a turn after this, though. Like, I'm not sure after I press end turn next time what's going to happen. It could be anybody's turn. I would really love to draw a mana card. I would really love to draw a mana card. That's a mana card. Really love to draw a mana card. So let's see whose turn it is now. Oh, it's me again. Okay. Interesting. This doesn't feel really balanced. I feel like this guy's been waiting very patiently. And if I were him, I would probably complain. I would not think that this was good game design, very good balance if I was him. But I'm not him. I think this is great. I think this is exactly how the game is meant to be played. So we can actually use this as a turn counter. I didn't even think about that, but we can use the Windwalker coat to keep track of how many turns we've taken, because we don't lose any evasion, except because we get a stack of evasion at the end of every turn. We don't have any ways to lose evasion, so this is just a turn counter. Sorry, yeah, that's just a turn counter. So we are up to this is our 10th turn because we get +1. All right, let's see if this freezes us. It did not. Good. Because freezing ourselves is actually legitimately a way that we can lose. Because I believe that if we freeze ourselves, we do not get to use a frenzy stack. At least I know that's how it works for enemies. I'm not 100% certain if that one is consistent between. Drawing cards. Get rid of that. All right. It is our 12th turn in a row. Yeah, the fact that we don't have any ways to actually get stronger, little bit of a problem. Like again, at some point, At some point, this guy should get bored and go home. I wouldn't be opposed to having some way of dealing with it. I mean, that is technically a way of dealing damage, but unfortunately, this guy's not going to drop us anyways of dealing damage. Not directly anyway. Alright, we can heal 10. That's fine. That. Completely fine with using that. Absolutely fine with playing that at this point. Mend. Okay, let's do that. Do we even want to do this? Sure. Why not? Because this is the other kind of funny thing is like, we're up to 3 fatigue. And like this deck is not supposed to be like trying to extend out fatigue. Like the idea is that the benefit of Frenzy is it resets our fatigue. And yet. Let's do that. Heal a little bit. We may as well regrowth it because Frenzied Rage, Reclamation of the Frenzied Rage, deal some damage to ourselves, heal, get some hits out. Yeah, I'm just exhausted. This is just a very tiring deck to play. I may end the recording after this fight because I think that this is I have demonstrated a loop. I don't think I even care enough to play out the rest of the run at this point because it is just like I cannot lose. I'm not losing health. Like this is a net neutral endeavor. But I do not have personally the will to go through, I think 20, so I can go down to 60. Yeah, so I can do that. I was thinking if I had to lose. So yeah, because we are almost up to 20 turns in a row. I am very glad that we do have the Windwalker coat to use as a way of checking how we are doing on that, because it is nice to be able to confirm like just how many turns we've taken. All right. Yeah, I'm probably not going to like abandon the run. I will likely finish it on my own time. But let's see. Men. I don't really want to do well. The worst that happens is I explode, which costs me a frenzy and a evasion stack. And I'm more annoyed about the evasion stack again, just because like this is turn 20, but okay, we can draw more cards. That's now safe to play though. I can regrowth back the demonic tree. I just want to find some way of healing. Not that it matters a ton. Sure, that seems good. Alright. Well, let's take a screenshot. And kill. Alright, I'm going to go through the rest of this decision. I'm going to end the run then. Not end the run, but I'm going to temporarily pause the run, I guess. Peace of Mind seems good. That seems like a thing that I want to have. Helter Serifka, I don't think I need any of this. This in particular seems very bad. Discard item. That upgrade is pretty good. I don't know that it's what I want the most, though. This upgrade is also very good. I think it's probably just the Keen Contemplation. I don't know that I have anything that I really want to cut at this point. The deck seems to be working fine, and I don't know that there are any cuts that make me happy. So I'm probably going to just leave it as is. All right, and so that is going to be the video, just because it's been an hour. That last fight took forever. I believe I have demonstrated, though, I have demonstrated a loop. I will see you guys next time.